Hey, everybody. Tickets are on sale right now for my first comedy special taping ever. Sunday, December 3rd, The Cutting Room, New York City. 2 shows, 7 and 9:30, ianfidance.com. I'd love to see you there. It's going to be a good time. I love you. Enjoy the show.
Telling jokes and having smokes, riding bikes all through the night. It's a wild ride when you're being Ian. Coffee ice no matter what. Now you know he likes it in the butt. It's a wild ride when you're being Ian, being Ian. And life is shit but you're positive. Let's find out what it's like to live a life being Ian, being Ian.
With Jordan.
This is the one thing that might cheer him up today. Oh, we are recording. Okay, great. Go
Is
ahead.
this it? This is the show? We're
Yep.
on? We're live?
Yes, we're recording.
Oh,
You
God.
stupid-
Well, then blow it.
All right,
Blow
Feeney,
it?
take your.
Blow what? Oh.
Shana Tova, welcome back to another
Why do people do that?
It's so, because the back is shallow.
yes.
episode of Bein Ian with Jordan. Patreon.com/BeinIanPod.
The
A lot of
mosquito
fun stuff.
edition.
The mosquito edition. We got bumps on our faces and places.
You guys have...
She's got bumps.
Oh, yeah. You have bed bugs.
No,
That's not mosquito bites.
it's mosquito
It's
bites.
mosquito bites.
I know. Yeah.
It
Mosquito
is.
bites.
Listen to this. Listen to my. First of all,
IanFidance.com, November 3rd, Amityville Music Hall.
I've had bed bugs in my first apartment in like 2009. And
I had them
that's-
too, like 6 months ago.
Oh, so you're familiar that they look like that.
They don't.
Our
look
guest
like
today is Mike Feeney.
Hi, I'm excited to be in the basement. I had questions about the Ghostbusters thing. Now I have other questions about the...
Whatever deflects from me.
We saw. Here's what happened. We saw me with bed bugs. It was insane. They swelled up huge. I'm very allergic to them. I slept in a room that was extremely damp, and I heard mosquitoes all night. And I was like, "They're not biting me."
And she thought it was a dream.
I thought it was a dream. Woke
Electronic
up,
music going, but it was the mosquitoes going,
and I like in my sleep, and it was mosquitoes.
You're making me itch now.
And I woke up and was covered in mosquito bites.
Huh.
Yes.
Well, that's a story I'd tell too if I had bed bugs.
If I have bed bugs again, I will kill myself.
When I had bed bugs, I was as a server. I was working at the U.S. Open, the tennis thing, for like 2 weeks, and it was great. You make like a ton of money all in cash, and I was just, my whole legs were like covered in them, and I was showing the server. I didn't even know what bed bugs was then, and I was like, I showed the other servers, like, dude, look at all these mosquito bites I have, and they were like,
oh God.
dude, you have bed bugs. I'm like, nah, we're clean.
Okay, another thing is I've had 2 separate people sleep in my room while I'm gone. They have 0 bites.
But you did this. This happened last night or 2 nights ago.
This happened.
The new ones happened last night because I saw you
2
last
nights
night.
ago.
You didn't have it. It looks like you've been getting hickeys from a bug.
In your bed. Anywho,
And the person I was sleeping with has 0.
yeah, I mean that
Riddle is
doesn't.
that.
But then why wouldn't they have mosquito bites?
I don't know.
Oh, good point.
Yeah,
Point, Mike.
I'm
Point
concerned
serving
about
love?
this.
Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I would.
I also had bed bug bites, and they were like 3 at a time in little clusters. And
That's
this
you have
is-
3
Wow.
little clusters
If
right
This
there.
there
is one
is-
2-hour nap.
Anyone walking the face of the earth that could have bites, it's you.
Yeah.
And I think another
This
one's
was a
developed.
nap.
Let me see your neck.
No. Leave me alone.
You look like your nickname
me
should be
alone.
Froggy.
Listen, there's no shame in having bed bugs. Everybody, you can
I
get
don't
them.
have bed
There's
bugs.
a lot of shame in it. You're dirty.
But that's the
But you're
stereotype is
not.
you're dirty. My wife and I were living together at the time. We were both clean people. It just sometimes it came through like a hole in our
Tell him I don't have
apartment
bed
building.
bugs. We saw
He
what
doesn't
I
have
looked like.
bed bugs. She has mosquito bites.
I've had bed bugs. We all saw the mosquito bites.
She got
I had bed
mosquito
bugs.
bites.
Mosquito bites. Yeah.
It's mosquito bites. I get them a lot because it's damp, wet, muggy, humid. We've had a ton of rainstorms. I get them sitting out my
You
lawn
just
chair.
turned into Trump. What was that? You're
Why
like,
can't
damp?
I?
muggy.
I just said I get them when I sit in my lawn
I get
chair.
them when I see them. I call him.
Call him as I see him, unless I can't see him, and then there are no
calls
seasons.
him like I sees him. We got a lot of bed bugs, but they're not here. They're not here. They're not
Also,
here.
remember how bad the bed bug bites itch so bad and they swell. It was epic.
Yeah, these don't itch as bad.
How do you
right?
know her itch level?
Because
Brother.
we did the podcast when I had bed bugs and it was epic.
And because I'm getting phone calls around the clock.
Yeah.
My bite.
I gotta say, and I'm sure
bite.
this is touched on by everybody. And again, I'm not letting the Ghostbusters thing go, but I will put a pin in that.
And then if you do, I won't care.
The relationship here is just it's on a different level. And what I really noticed it at was Skankfest, and not even Skankfest, but the flight home. Because you guys had a knockdown, drag out, public meltdown in the jetway to get on the plane. And like, here's the thing. I was like 4 or 5 people in front of you. I don't even know if you guys saw that I was there and that Canada was there.
Not a clue.
But you guys
Ryan Long had to I hear the entire rant before boarding the plane. I was like holding him.
Ryan Long had to get his well poisoned by her misinformation campaign.
Dirty, dude.
Why do your eyes paralyze me?
That's
a song.
I have a fun story about that. Anyway, but you guys literally yelling at each other was so funny because I was, to everybody else around, they were just watching 2 strangers flip out, and I was far enough away from you that I looked like a stranger, so I was able to look at you guys and not worry about what the fuck are you looking at kind of a thing. Like, I could just see like, oh, these are my 2 friends fighting. But people were looking at me being like, what the fuck is their fucking problem? Huh? That couple's got to break up. You know, like just like, he's just like, Ian, stop talking to me. Stop. And he's like, I just don't know why you couldn't get me a coffee if I asked, because I'm ready. You're like, Ian. It was so, stop it. Stop talking right now. It was like wild. And then they're like, and then you guys get on the plane and they're like, hi, welcome. And you're like, how you guys doing? Ian, oh my God.
No, we sutured it up before we got on the plane, and the couple behind us goes, you sound just like us. And she goes, we don't fuck. And they were like, what?
Like, maybe you
then
should.
What is this?
Then why? Yeah.
At one
And
point,
I was like, it's a podcast. We have a podcast at beianian.com/patreon.
We're plugging it. They're like, we're good.
And they go, what's
actually.
it about? I go, this. And they go, sounds pretty interesting, actually. Dude, here's the thing. The funniest part to me is that what ended the argument and what I think I said the loudest in the line getting on the plane was, okay, you're right. Before noon, you were wrong, and I've been wrong since the airport. I will admit, I've been wrong since the airport.
And then I went,
that's all I wanted to
and then
know.
you were like, I was like, can I use the pillow you brought? And you're like, yes. Will that make you forgive me? And I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then it was done.
And then we like high-fived and it was over.
It was just like,
he made. We're not gonna rehash the whole
rehash
it
because
seems
I
like
got
you
nothing
guys
to
are good.
hide.
No,
it was very fun to watch from like your guys' day your morning was so different. Like, I was in the Centurion Lounge with O'Connor and Cannon. O'Connor and I are like drinking mimosas, like just killing time, eating eggs and having
Eating
French
eggs.
toast. And you like, your hair's like everywhere. Ian's sweating. Like you both are screaming at each other. And I'm literally like sipping an iced coffee, being like, I'm perfectly comfortable. It was
a pack
very
mule.
fun.
He made me take all of his stuff through security, and I'm literally barricaded with all of his crazy amount of shit. And then he calls me and goes, could you just get me a coffee, dude? Could you just get me a fucking
And
coffee?
I'd asked
Is that
for
so much? And I'm like, bro.
I had said be downstairs for the car by like 9:30. At 9:55, 10 o'clock, you're like, and I'm like, I have to go drop this off. Can you please get me a coffee while I'm going and like getting all this together? And you're like, yeah. And then I see you and you go, I didn't have time for coffee. And I was like, I had all of our luggage. I had all of our merch and
Our merch.
Yes.
Your merch.
our merch
I didn't sell
for
any
the
merch.
podcast. I sold it for us.
Yeah, he made a ton of money.
It just goes to his merch.
Because that's what merch is. You
Listen
spend
to
money
this.
for merch.
Uh-huh.
And then you sell the merch to make your money fucking back. And if you break even, you're lucky on merch.
Right. And then
Yes.
what?
And then the
You just
rest
do it again?
and then the rest you dispense to everyone.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because it gets my point across better.
I don't like that you're wielding that cane either, but
Well, you got to.
yeah. What are you doing? What are you looking for stuff?
Anyway,
you started looking again.
Anyway,
Where's my taser?
our conflicts. You're welcome. Our conflicts
Where's my taser?
get resolved.
You hid the taser, didn't you?
and it was. I don't know where it is.
You moved the taser. There's a second cane
It
over
was
there.
very funny to me to run through the airport like a fucking Tasmanian devil, and we looked like
You guys looked like like
we
literally
looked like an old married couple going to like fucking Branton.
like you guys had the energy
Branton?
of people
Branson?
traveling with like a new or with like 3 children. Like that was like your
'cause
energy
he
of like
unpacked
you
so much
holding a
stuff.
kid screaming and crying and like
Yeah.
it's just like I just want to go to bed. Like it was just a funny thing to witness from 6 feet away.
A podcast is a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we nurture it and love it.
That must be what it feels like. Take all my stuff. You need to get the coffee. You have to do the
Yeah,
thing.
it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's
you have
very
a baby.
much-
What
yeah.
the fuck?
Whoa.
You
I
have
know.
a baby.
He's
Was
How
turning
old
our
is
a
your
thing-
baby?
year old in 2 weeks.
Was our thing anything like your thing? Do you ever
What?
travel like that?
We did Aruba Rays. I did Aruba Rays this summer
Were you
and
guys
brought him
yelling?
down there. That actually wasn't. It like physically sucks because you're like taking a carriage, taking a car seat. There is like a lot of like that.
Yeah, we
But,
just have
like-
our merch. You can drop, kick that, whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah.
At least it has legs.
But the kid was actually pretty easy because he was just like, "What is happening?" You know, it's not an amorphous heavy bag of mediums and extra larges. You know,
Unlike any of Ian's jokes,
Mediums and extra large.
has legs. Is that good?
You're a cunt.
Sorry.
Anyway, joke time.
So you have a year-old
Almost.
daughter.
Yeah. Nope.
Son?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, for now, who knows?
yeah.
He might choose.
You didn't know he had a son.
Well,
His
I
name's
thought
Leo.
It is.
Leo's a good
yeah.
name. What's his middle name? Ian.
James.
Nice.
Leo James.
Was he
Feeney.
named after cousin Leo from Seinfeld? Uncle Leo.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. But
DiCaprio.
no, here's the funny thing. We want.
Nardo.
You're gonna keep saying. You're gonna keep saying. Yeah, his middle name is Nardo. Oh, Nardo.
Leonardo.
That would be wild if we named.
Splinter.
I think there was a huge missed opportunity not making his middle name Nardo. Now that you said that,
Yeah.
God damn it, that would have been great.
Yeah.
Damn it. I don't know. We had it was a couple reasons. One, we wanted to do like I'm Irish, my wife's Italian, so we wanted like Feeney's gonna be his last name, so we're like we want to do like Italian and Irish. We also do love Leonardo DiCaprio, but it weirdly enough, we decided we were between that and James, and we like Leo, so we picked Leo James. And then after we had already decided on that, my dad's been going. I feel like it's like an Irish guy's like part of his life where once you get in your mid 60s, you just go into like a genealogy wormhole, and he's been like researching ancestors and like looking up things and all this other stuff. And he there's actually was a Leo James Feeney that was in like my family tree that was like a painter and like a comedic painter, like an artist who'd make like funny
Wow.
drawings and stuff. So it was like now it has like another layer, which is pretty cool to it,
But
but
that
that was
was
completely
added after.
unintentional. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
Who's
pretty
calling
fun.
you?
Taylor?
Booker?
Slipknot.
Yeah.
Topel. My lifelong best friend.
Oh. Very fun.
She can go fuck herself.
Oh, Corey's a woman.
Yes.
That's fun.
Oh yeah, Corey got the tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey.
She's hot. All of his friends are hot.
Yeah.
Hot.
Hot.
Weird hot.
Hot.
Oddly hot.
Why
Sexy.
weird hot?
She's hot.
I feel like that the it's also funny. You both did a thing where you were like, I'm not going to address that, but then you looked at me for like, how are you going to react to that? Which is a very funny thing where you're like, no, right? Or or maybe. I
was trying to do like a don't say anything.
Yeah,
I was trying to do the good cop in the room.
yeah, I do think that you seem like a person who would have a lot of hot friends. You know what I mean? You're like not like threatening. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like you're
thank
like
you.
you're not a like hot guys. A lot of times don't have hot women friends. You know?
Yeah.
That was a roundabout way of saying I'm an uggo. You motherfucker.
I'm saying you have a lot of character in your face.
Hot guys usually don't have hot girlfriends.
Yeah.
But you got the hottest chicks in the room,
Yeah.
Uggo. Oh, forehead, nose.
I also have
yeah.
hot friends, and it is annoying. Have you had sex with a lot of your hot friends? Nice.
Well, a lot of my girlfriends, I've never like
You've
crossed
had
that
like
line.
beautiful girlfriends.
Yeah.
It's like
I
Each
grew up-
time everyone's like, there is a moment where we're all like, there's got to be like a pay for hire situation, but they like genuinely love you, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, they're.
Well, I grew up,
dim.
all my friends growing up, I was like raised by my mom and my, what now? Did you say?
He said they're thin.
Oh, okay. I heard something else.
I
More
said
hurtful.
something else.
Yeah.
What did she say?
At first, I
They're
thought I
dumb?
heard. First, I thought
You
I
said
heard.
they're dumb, didn't
First-
you? Jordan thinks only good women should wear combat boots and fucking overalls
Jordan-
and finger paint or some upstate bullshit.
I think women who slam their boobs together and wear high heels are stupid and dumb and ugly in the inside.
Oh.
Yeah, where's that come from?
I think everybody should be riddled with mosquito bites.
Yeah. Mosquito bite.
Should have.
We just see a woman outside picking scabs. She's like, now that's a woman.
Yeah.
There's a good
See
looking
the festering open sores?
There's
That's
a princess.
Bed bugs bite the trunk and other spots on your body. This is only my neck, and I heard them biting.
What is the trunk?
Is that your ass? The trunk?
Trunk.
No, I had them all over my legs.
What is a trunk?
Fleas. When I had them, I had them all over.
You're just pivoting like fleas.
I've been looking up so many bugs.
I thought something was on me. You're making me feel buggy.
I'm so itchy.
It is like a little wet down here.
It wasn't here. It was a
No, I know, but in general, there is a humidity.
Any girl with boobs and heels is gross. I make hot women
I don't
in
think
my
anybody should date
cauldron.
me either.
What?
But I do think that there's somewhere in between a monster
You look
and
like
a,
you're just waiting for a house to fall on you. The witch.
that is an old black man thing to say. Like an old guy who sits on the corner. He's like, "Hey, smile," and you say no, and he goes, "What are you waiting for? A house to fall on you?"
Dude, the best old
You'd be
black,
like, God damn
the
it, that was
best old
good.
black man
You
thing
got
I
me.
ever heard. He goes, "Boo, wait, she's so ugly. You put her face in milk, go turn to yogurt."
Oh my God.
That's
was
really,
incredible.
Really
I had an
good.
old man.
Incredible.
I had an old old Irish guy drunk at a bar. I ordered, which is the thing. This is kind of like a street thing, but I ordered a dirty martini, and he didn't even look up from his drink, and he just looked into his glass and spoke to me and went, "Martinis are like tits. One's not enough. Three's too many." And then he drank it, and I was like, "That's the greatest thing I've ever."
That's
it's
amazing.
100%. If you have 3 martinis, your week is fucked.
Oh, yeah.
It's so salty. You have such a hangover, but after one, you're like, I can do another one.
Yeah.
You know, like you get
Yeah.
you get excited.
Wow.
It's sage
If
advice.
I was that guy, I'd have looked into my beer and go, "The only thing in this world that gives you trouble is tits and tires."
Wow. And bed bugs.
Women in cars give you trouble.
The
Women
only-
in cars can also be trouble. That's
When
the-
did the even car get introduced into the equation?
Because it's tits and tires. It's like alliteration.
Tits and tires.
And I go, the best days when you buy a boat, and the worst day of your life's when you buy the boat.
Yeah. Yeah, the best thing
You
you
heard
can
that?
do is know a friend with a boat.
Oh,
Yeah, they're a
I
money
know a
thing.
friend with a boat.
My
Getting
mom-
divorced.
My mom's getting real Florida with this now. She's already, she's got multiple motorcycles. She's
No way.
now she's joined like this like boat club. She wants to like have a boat, but again, it's for that reason. She's like, I'm not getting a boat. So she joined this like boat club where you just pay like a monthly rent. And basically when you are on your way there, you're like, get a boat ready. And then you show up and they just get
Whoa.
a boat ready and you just take the boat out for the day. You can take out jet skis, pontoon boats, whatever you want.
Do they have this in
Wow.
New York?
Maybe, probably. And then you just
Ethan,
come back. You just
we should do it.
you just come back with when you're done with the boat. You walk away. You don't have to like put it. You don't have to moor it. You don't have to clean it. You just fucking go. I'm done
Don't
with
have
the
to
boat.
moor it.
Wow.
I'd rather less it than more it.
Okay.
Turn it down.
Please.
Fucking nuts.
I love you.
What happened? He was just about to kill himself.
I'd like to think
You
that I'd
fucking
like
love
to think that
Feeney.
I changed
You
that
have a
energy.
crush on
yeah.
Feeney.
I
It's
love
his
Ian.
Metallica shirt.
What happened?
I
What
look
did we-
like
Oh
Cliff
my
Burton.
God.
You look
Did
like
you
Kirk
eat?
Hammett. Yes.
Did you eat some
Yes.
of the sandwich?
Yes.
You were hungry.
Mhm.
You need to be eating
Are you
more.
are you a Snickers commercial
He is a
person?
Snickers-
You get a little
Dude,
cranky
he was
when you're
so
hungry.
mopey, and he was such a little crybaby. I was literally going like this. That's how much he was crying. Is that I started having to imitate him, and then he was crying about his little ring breaking, And then I fixed the ring and he was like, but you didn't put glue in it. It was like that.
Wow.
And then he goes, I haven't been eating and I like being skinny. And then he eats one fucking bite of a sandwich with little meat and cheese in
And
it.
I'm back.
Look, now he's all gay again.
I'd like to go into the. I'd like to still.
You gotta eat. You're not gay when you're not eating. When you don't have a Snickers.
You come out, you
That
do the
is
Wonka
true.
twirl. You know.
Actually, that is the problem.
Yeah.
You do become a straight, normal man. You're like, I should be doing more with my life.
Why am I in a basement?
And then the delusion set in where you're like, everything's perfect.
And then I use my cat cane like a stick shift. I'm gay. So gay. Why do I itch now?
Because you took your shirt off and now you're closer
My
to.
knee itches.
I really promise you I don't have bed bugs. I'm very allergic to them.
If
and
you
they
have bed
swell up.
bugs, I'm gonna punch you for every bite.
Okay,
Because you'll have to get
Let me
rid
tell
of
you-
all of this.
Let me tell you the reasons why I know. 1, 2 people have slept in my bed in the last week, which
you
also,
keep repeating.
But why
the
don't they
same
have
thing.
mosquito bites then?
huh? Because I wasn't in my bed. I took a nap in somebody else's bed. It was just swampy bzzz, everywhere, and I woke up. And then here's the other thing about my bed. I have all the corners covered with bed bug traps because I'm so OCD about it, and I have all new everything, and I steamed everything.
She's
I washed
sleeping
everything.
in a game of mousetrap.
I am. And there's nothing in them.
Like that Jackass stunt where they fall on.
Yeah.
They all go.
What
I
a
have little
nightmare.
stick traps for all of them on all the 4 corners of my bed. So the only way they can get up is they have to go through my traps first, and none of them are in any of the traps.
They gotta go through traps.
Oh my god.
Yes. To
You're
get to my
sleeping in traps.
yes. Also, sure, did I put a little bit of Manuka honey on my skin because I heard it was good for you? Yes. Do I think that
And you
attracted
put it
mosquitoes?
somewhere else.
I put it in my vagina as well. That actually really did do a lot. But
I ate honey out of a girl's butthole one time. It was amazing.
that's food and potty. I don't like.
You just said you put honey in your pussy.
It's
Yeah, but nobody ate it out of her
Oh,
except
yeah.
the bed bugs.
It's true.
They were like,
Maybe
sweet
that's
treats.
why you got a fucking bug attraction contraption in your pussy.
That's
Yeah,
what I
you're
was
lucky
saying.
Pooh Bear's not in there. Just scooping.
Oh, this is some fishy porridge.
Oh, yeah.
what?
She
No.
pour it.
Bears and honey are funny. Fishy
Bears
is
and honey are
icky.
funny.
Oh,
No, this
I hate you.
this porridge going south.
my God.
My vagina smells very nice, especially when I put a lot of honey on it.
Like actual honey, it is.
Manuka honey is good for your skin. It's good for reestablishing balance in your skin. I really believe in
On
honey.
the skin, but not in the
I
skin.
put a little in it.
Hey,
I went like this. I went like this, and then I was like,
Ah.
I sucked my finger with my vagina. I sucked my finger clean with my vagina. What more do you need to hear?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm starting to think that the bed bugs are the
Jordan, do
least of your
anything to get her
problems.
pussy eaten except ask.
I've asked.
Man. Ian, I didn't realize how little tattoos you have on the top part of your arm there.
Who?
You I thought you had the whole thing covered. Yeah.
That
Wow.
was the right side.
Yeah, look at that.
We're getting tattoos tomorrow.
What are you getting?
I'm getting Snoopy as a vampire.
You love as a vampire, huh? You a big
Yeah.
vampire guy?
Yeah.
I know you
Shit,
have one,
now
but
you'll have 3 vampires.
what's
No,
the
I only got
vampire
one.
thing?
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite vampire movie?
I
Or
don't
lore?
have
Like
one.
when have you do you know what do you know about vampires?
They suck.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like I'm just a big Twilight guy. So it's-
I love Edward.
yeah.
I guess I'll get the Snoopy vampire here or here.
No, higher
Actually,
up and
I
hidden
kind
for
of
sure.
like how this is naked, except for that.
Yeah,
I am gonna
yeah.
do a
The one on the one up
I'm
here
gonna
was
do
a
a
mistake.
panther here.
Ah, panther,
No.
huh? A vampire panther?
Vamp.
You
Panther.
need
Vamphor?
a big thing here.
What about the Misfits logo? Like this on my shirt.
That's not enough real estate to get that detail.
I'll probably do the God bless you. I'll probably do the Misfits guy.
No, you got to start switching arms. Not like I'm one to talk about.
I'll do Snoopy Vampire over here somewhere.
Uh-huh.
And what are you going to get? Dude, my knee itches.
What are you getting, though?
Because you got bug bites. You said you had them all over your legs.
And what are you going to get, Jordan?
I'm not sure yet.
Dude, my knee itches. Do you
Gee,
itch?
you
Ethan?
just a pick off the wall kind of gal?
I'm a pick off the wall
What about
guy,
that-
but I
what
pick
about
off
that?
the wall prior.
What about that thing? That tattoo design right there.
Yeah, I'll get that.
Which
Oh,
one?
that was easy. I remember when I was like 16 years old. We went into the city and we were just we literally went to, I think like 6th Avenue, Bleecker Street area and just found the first tattoo place that wouldn't like ID us. And I just was like, we were just getting pierced. I got my eyebrow pierced and shit. And my buddy was like just sitting there with me for like moral support. And then when we were checking out, I was literally I was paying. And the guy goes, hey, what about you, buddy? You want to get anything? And he's like, nah, I'm good. He's like, you don't want like a tattoo or anything? And he's like, I don't know, maybe. And then he goes, what do you want? And he just like literally like, this is how long he looked. He went, I don't know, like that. And then just got like a massive phoenix on fire.
Oh my
like,
God.
dude, it was
Yes.
like a 4-hour job that he just picked off the wall because the
Crazy.
guy, like, talk about like suggestive selling, just being like, you
Whoa.
sure? And he's like, no, I'm not sure. Let's do this forever.
So
and
he
you're like, oh my
upsold
God,
him
dude.
on nothing to a phoenix?
A giant
Crazy.
phoenix on fire, his whole arm.
I
It
bet
was
it looks like shit
unbelievable.
now.
Of course, it looked like shit then. It
Yeah.
was like a Bleecker Street, like
Oh,
picked off a
that's why
wall.
we go
thing.
to
Who
the
was
only
this
place
guy?
that matters. R&D, Ridgewood, what's up?
I go to
Gnostic.
Gnostic.
I used to go to Three Kings a lot.
I like Three
They've
Kings.
done
Lower
a
East
lot of
Side?
my Lower East Side and
They
the
did
one in
my
Brooklyn, the
eyebrows.
Greenpoint.
They tattooed my eyebrows on.
You have tattooed eyebrows?
Yes.
No, you don't.
That is wild.
Where is
I
where is
always
it
forget.
tattooed?
Where you see my eyebrow?
You
There's
have
a-
no eyebrows.
Dude,
well,
but there's
I have
hair
light,
there.
soft, tufty blonde hair.
Dude,
Uh-huh.
touch my
And
knee
so
right
she-
here.
She
'Cause
did little
there's
tiny,
bites.
tiny.
Wow.
Bro, you said to me that you got attacked by mosquitoes.
But I said generally, but not recently.
How'd they
And
bite you through the denim?
I don't know, dude.
Damn, dude.
It's like, right, feel
Like a-
that. Is that Manuka honey? No,
why do I
but
keep
dude,
burping?
that right there, do you feel that?
I don't think I've ever seen two friends who touch each other as much as you guys.
Well, yeah, I had no idea when what's his face you posted the clip with what's his face thinking we were a couple, and he was like,
I
Jimmy
saw that
Morgan?
clip of you like holding her upper thigh.
I know, I
and
didn't
it's
even
like,
notice. He does it all.
That's
I
equally
never,
I
as
don't do
weird.
it all the time. You fucking grab
you
me.
guys have been
We
touching
both
each other
grab
this
each other.
entire. You
Yeah.
gave him a massage before.
Oh,
you've
all
been.
the time.
You've been.
I'm
Yeah.
always going.
We
in
got
like
bad
that.
backs. Here's the thing.
It's
That's
not
not-
even siblingy. It's closer than relationshipy. It's like
Yeah.
It know what it is. It's like new couple.
no.
Yes, it is. You know when like PDA, like people out in public, like when they're like holding, swinging fingers, laced hands, and like making out in public, and you're like, dude, what are you doing? That's what you guys are
PDA for
without.
us stands for please don't. Oh, hell no.
You couldn't have thought of an A.
What about this?
Please don't, asshole. Yeah.
They also hit each other a lot too.
Yeah.
So
He already hit me once really hard today. I forget where it was, but the bruise will show up later. It always does.
Well, by then I can blame it on someone else. No, you know what? I think that might be the ink rising. Because does this ever
Yeah,
happen to
my
your
ink
tattoos?
rises.
Your ink rises on a weather change and it itches.
It's usually
And
a
I
hot
think it's
day.
bed bugs and it's not.
I don't think I've ever had that with this.
Red.
The worst tattoo I have was the
It is
first one
red.
that I
Let
got.
me see it.
It's really bad.
Really?
I remember the
Yeah.
first time I
Amazing.
saw you, I was like, goo.
I love that.
Oh,
I
no,
love
not
that
that. The-
tattoo
the other
so
one.
much. That's the
This
tattoo
is-
I'm getting.
This is
That's great.
I love that.
I use this as an excuse. I was in a defensive driving course, and my mom was literally just doodling, and she drew like a sun with like the little lines of it, and I added the yin yang part. So I kind of like manipulated her into being like, I'm getting this tattoo for you, kind of a thing.
Oh, that's cute.
So she would let me get it. And then when I went back to like a Bleecker Street place to get this, the guy, it was like this Colombian guy, he got into a full-blown screaming match over the phone with his girlfriend or something, and then hung up the phone and was like, all right, let's do it. He put the
Nice.
stencil on wrong and was like about to start tattooing. I'm like, bah, 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 bah. Like it was like facing the wrong way, the yin yang. And yeah, that's pretty.
How
But I
old
will
were
say
you?
what I love, 17, I think.
Yeah.
But what I love about this is like, as much as it's a terrible tattoo and I'd never get it now.
It looks like if you put a record needle on it, Godsmack will play.
Yeah, I'm alive. But it is one of those things. I actually used to really enjoy
feel the snake
Godsmack.
bite into my vein.
Never did I wanna be here again.
And I don't remember why I came. Voodoo.
That's not how it goes. It does not go voodoo.
At the end, it does.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
for sure.
No.
Yeah.
Voodoo.
Voodoo. Yeah. Voodoo.
No.
Yeah. Oh.
Sully,
Yeah.
why?
That's the name of the song. Is Voodoo.
I know.
That's a very
Don't look
good
at
song.
him. Don't look at him directly in the eyes while he
Yeah,
sings
but-
it.
Dude, I've hit my head on this wall 8 times. I just think it's kind of like a yearbook, isn't it?
It's really freaking me out. Get away. It feels like it's exactly the sound that should be coming out of you.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to see my 7?
Dude, if I start itching, I'm leaving. Because this is
put your shoes on, lady.
what's that?
What's
that? Is that a seep? Is that a catfish?
What is that?
You have a catfish?
That looks like a fucking.
17.
There's still no excuse.
Wow, that's tough.
My dad's nickname was Catfish. We got him
Aw.
together.
Dude,
But now here's
this
the
was my first tattoo when I
That's
was 17.
huge for a
And
first
this is my
tattoo.
dad.
Oh my god.
Insane.
Dude, I
Ryan Donahue has a really cool, because it's all, mine was dad, yours was dad, his was brother, and it's like his deep dark secret, but it's like a skeleton surfing, and it's so sick. And the way
that's
that
cool.
one's sick. Mine did not age cool.
Yeah.
Mine age is just a cat.
I don't think this is age very cool,
That's
but
back in
I like
style
it. That
though.
is back
Is
in
it?
People
style.
are getting that as tramp
that's
stamps now.
hilarious. I also have this. I have just a couple.
Oh, the
You
big
have-
blue guy.
You have.
Well, I got
Oh,
this.
no.
I got this
that
one.
for
That's the
brand
most
new?
recent one.
Deja
That's the most
Intendu?
recent one. God, I gotta really lotion up here. This one is like an Irish
Oh,
American
Wow.
shamrock.
That looks like you got
Celtic
it.
cross. Get in on
That
this.
is a
Get
fucking
in
Blue
there.
Lives
That's
Matter
awesome.
tattoo if I've ever seen
Yeah,
it.
it's my PBA card.
Holy
And
shit.
then I also got this one on.
Can we
this
talk
is
about Sagalow's dog?
the one that he got
Wolf.
on acid?
What?
Fun.
You guys,
Not good.
it is the worst.
Oh, yeah, that's brutal.
This one is great. This is from
What?
Three Kings. This one's great. This one is
No.
No, that's you have a police officer's badge
That's
on.
my grandfather's police officer
That
badge.
is their second Blue Lives Matter tattoo.
37.
This is crazy.
He worked for 37 years. Never fired his gun once.
Dude, I feel like if you show
okay,
these
what is
tattoos,
this?
you'll never
This is
pay a
Big
toll
Ben.
on the
no.
LIE.
This is Empire State Building,
That
Chrysler
was a
Building,
good fucking joke.
Flatiron Building. This is the Fifth Avenue clock that the tattoo artist came up with the idea to set the clock to his birthday. He was just dying at the time when I got that. So
Wow.
Yeah, but are you gonna get that
gotta
continued
use lotion more.
throughout your leg? Like
What do you mean?
You should
yeah,
get
it's continued. What leg? Where do I have
You
leg
have
left?
like little murals
you
on
should
your body.
get
Yeah, I like-
this like through the rest of your leg.
Wow, your hands are very soft. I didn't
Well, the way
picture
he
that.
touched you was really intimate.
I feel like our whole relationship just changed.
I want that tattoo. Maybe that's what I'll get tomorrow. That thing's sick.
Yeah, that's gonna take like 10 hours.
and then I have
No,
my
You're getting
that-
something
the coat of
small.
arms on my
That.
back.
That. Yeah.
Yeah,
Where would you get it?
right here.
I'm not the one who's so far
Get the
away.
lyrics.
Yeah.
When I
I'll
feel
get
the
the
snake
girl
bite.
on the cover of that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That girl was so hot, so hot for
Yeah.
then because you're like, what's going on with her? Why does she have a
Yeah.
teardrop?
Mm-hmm.
What's her story? I want to know more
She
about
had
that.
this face.
Oh my god,
Right?
that's
Ew,
crazy.
what is that?
This is the voodoo girl.
Oh, there's a girl who never mind.
All right.
What?
Some girl I was talking to that had a face like that and I just couldn't get past it.
One girl I grew up with, I bullied her until she dropped out of school and she had a face like that. But
What?
she was also doing weird sexual things with girls. and
Why
I
did
was
you
Robin
bully
Hood.
her?
Because she was doing weird
Because
sexual
she didn't have
things with my
bikes
friends.
too.
Dude, I was bug bite girl. It was a huge problem
Oh
growing
my
up.
god, this
Kids
is a
weren't-
reoccurring thing with you
were
your
bug
whole
bite
life.
girl. You were smell like stove girl. You were fucking
Smell like stove. What is that?
pee.
Gas?
I used to pee because we had so many cats in the barn.
Oh my god.
She
Barn cats.
literally grew up in a barn.
That's a
But
tragedy.
kids weren't allowed to play with me because they always thought I had chicken pox. Ironically, I never had chicken pox.
always
I
had
the vaccine
bites.
because I always had mosquito bites.
Man.
And even today.
Yeah. Kids don't want to play
successful-
with me.
When I sit here, I sit far away.
Never did I want to come here again because I don't remember why I came.
Well, I know why you came.
Huh?
Because you're putting out a special that sounds really
Oh.
cool and really punk.
I am. What's that?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You can hold that.
Okay.
That's one of our little toys.
The
Okay.
toys help with our attention spans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like fidget spinners.
This
Yeah.
is our rat. His name is Richard.
This is Richard.
Okay.
and
Richard.
this is
This is
Marlene.
my
Is this a
favorite-
real rat? Is this like
Yes.
a stuffed?
Yes,
Oh,
and this
I don't
is
like that.
Marlene.
Marlene is a little scary.
Ew, why did they keep the real feet? Couldn't they have put fake feet in
Listen,
it?
if you're gonna
nice.
hurt his feelings,
I'm just
Yeah, you
know.
come
I
in
love
our
that
house
he's reading
and
the
fucking-
taxidermy times. That is
You come into our
amazing.
house and you insult our
I
rat.
kissed him on the mouth.
That's nice.
Okay.
Samson took a little bit of his hair out.
I'm really upset about it.
I know.
Uh,
we'll fix it. We'll fix
We're gonna
it.
have
I
to
still
find a
think-
rat.
That's pretty
Kill a
fun
rat.
too. I kind of like that.
Dude, we should kill a rat and tax. No, I can't do it.
This guy is so nice.
No,
It's
that
like
one has
Stuart
blood
Little.
on its face.
No, it doesn't. You are an idiot.
Oh,
it's
no,
just
it
its
is.
lips.
What do you mean? There's blood on its mouth? It was-
Feeney, is there blood on the mouth?
Yes,
Let me
dude.
see
It
this.
has-
Feeney, if you know what's good for you, no matter what, you'll agree with me.
A girl
I
gave me a
think
rat
the
king
mouth
that I'm
is
gonna bring
like
on the thing.
sewn closed, and that's why it's
Thank
got.
you. It's not fucking blood. You
I think they just ripped
maroon.
the lips off in taxidermy to try
Yeah.
to make it not be an open hole.
Oh, you think that's like a little smile they gave it?
No, I
Yes,
think it's just
it's
kind of
not
like sewn the
blood.
mouth closed, and there was no hair on the lips, probably.
Right. So it's not blood, but it is like a graphic,
Sure.
real mouse mouth.
Yeah,
is like
and so is the
real
other one you're
mouse.
holding.
Look at this mouth. This one has little rat teeth. Richard rips, dude. if your
Richard's
cat
the
ever
best.
fucking touches him again, I swear to God, dude.
Honestly, I know it's a bit that you're doing right now, but don't ever fucking talk about the cat that way.
Don't
Okay?
talk about Richard. Don't let anything touch Richard.
I'm the
again.
one that brought Richard into the fucking house.
I think you
He
should bring
lives in
Richard
your
home
house.
with you if you think
Yeah, we'll never see him again.
Oh,
I have multiple little guys that people have given me to bring onto the pod.
uh-huh.
They don't
Lost 'em all.
leave it out of my bed. No,
Yeah.
they all are with me
That's-
every day.
Right. Richard stays here. He's a good guy. We'll get his hair
Could be
fixed.
it could be the origin story of all these
Shut up.
bites too. Like-
My dead animals
Bad
carry
taxidermy,
nothing
there's
but
just
joy.
bugs.
Anyway,
Yeah, I do have a comment.
I don't like that
Holy
guy.
shit!
I do like him, but he's not soft. Okay, so
He's not soft. I like you being like, I do like him. I'll give you that. He does rip, but not. He's not soft. But he's not soft. Put some fur on that guy, and we can talk
I do
about
like
it.
him, but he is not soft.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
yeah, this is the autistic basement a little bit. Okay, Feeney recorded,
A special.
but how many
And
minutes
Ian's
in each
in it.
room?
I'm in it. Did
What'd
you
you
know
say?
I'm in it?
We're talking about Feeney.
He mentioned me.
I did mention him.
Sit with your butt back further on the couch, please.
It
Thank
comes
you.
out. Well, hopefully, I don't know when this comes out. I'm hoping that it's on or after this, after 10/27, which is when it comes
2
out.
weeks.
Perfect. So it's already out. Go watch it. Mike Feeney and Night at the Comedy Cellar, youtube.com/Mike Feeney Comedy. I shot a special when I had a 10-week-old kid and no sleep. I decided to do all 4 rooms of the Comedy Cellar in one night, and then I also directed it, and then I also edited it. So just couldn't have done more things. So really, if you don't like it, I have no one else to blame because I did every part of it. But Ian's in it at one point, so I kind of showcased the Comedy Cellar. We all work there. We know best club in the country. They do 80 shows a week, all sold out. I just wanted to show what it's like to be in all 4 rooms and just show how different the vibes are and stuff. And I went to all these different production companies to pitch them shooting this. Every single production company either told me it couldn't be done or no. One company quoted me at $200,000 in order to make that.
What
Because
company was that?
I'll tell you off mic, but it's a one you know. And
Tell us now.
I'll tell it off mic.
What off mic?
Yeah, but it was
Boundaries.
Oh,
boundaries. But it was a unbelievable. Every single person was like, it can't be done. And I had just had this like, I could see it in my mind, which is why I was like, I just have to direct it. And then I'm like, I'm gonna edit it because no one else can see it the way I'm seeing it. So I did that.
That's great. So you saved a ton of scratch then.
Yeah, I did, but I also
And who was
spent
the man who filmed it?
Mr. James Webb.
James Webb.
Yeah, he
Shout
was,
out.
Yeah, and James
Shout
Webb,
out.
to shout out to James Webb, he was the only one that, like, when I pitched it to him, he was like, fuck yeah, I love that. This is going to be hard as shit because we didn't do, normally when you film a special,
Do
it's,
you mind if I smoke?
no, normally when you
He has
film,
a baby. You sure?
Yeah, I'm not pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not how that works.
His baby was 10 days old. You hear everything he did to get away from him?
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah. There's a thing when I pitched it to
pregnant.
we. That's not
That
how
was
it works
great.
at all.
That was fantastic. What's the name of the episode? I'm not pregnant.
I just, we normally when you shoot a special, I'm sure your audience knows or whatever, but like you're headlining it, so you sell tickets, and then your fans come out, and then they see you, and all this other shit. For me, I was doing it during a regular night at the Comedy Cellar, so they weren't my fans, which obviously is another obstacle because you have to like get them on your side. I was also just doing a 15-minute spot in a regular amount on a regular showcase show, so I did that across all the rooms. And with that, it's like, James, we couldn't add any lighting. We couldn't add anything else, which I feel like, again, adds to the vibe and the tone of it of like, this is what it is actually like as a comedian going through those things. Yes, Ian.
And you film things between sets.
Good. You said the things that were going to come out of my mouth.
Here's the thing. I decided I initially have like some stuff that is like interstitials in between, but it's not like a documentary style thing, and there's no dialogue. There's like some B-roll of like people like comics like we're laughing, having a good time and stuff, but it's very quick because it's the whole thing. It's only 20 minutes. I just wanted to be concise and just jokes, and then what I did was in the credits I put some more of the fun stuff, kind of like behind the scenes stuff there. That's where Ian's scene is, because Ian was hosting. So when I did this whole thing on a Tuesday and then again on a Wednesday, and then there was like a lot of
which is the hardest nights at the Comedy Cellar.
And there was
Tuesday historically worst night of the week.
nightmare.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of technical difficulties. Like the first night at the Comedy Cellar in McDougal Street, it was like absolute like a special taping quality crowd. The audio was corrupted at the Cellar, so all of it got thrown out. So I had to only use the one from Wednesday. There's only one show at the bar on Wednesday. There's none on Tuesday, so I only had one shot at it. That was the show that Ian hosted. I told him ahead of time. I was like, buddy, I trust you. I'm in good hands. I know you're going to host. I know you're going to get that there. And to give Ian credit, they were a horrific audience, but Ian's way of bringing me on stage was he did a joke in between, it didn't land, and then he goes, well, I have no recourse at this point besides locking the doors from the outside and burning you all alive. Anyway, this next comic's one of my best friends, and then he brings me on stage to shock and appall, and then I spent 14 minutes just trying to fist fight my way out of that audience, and which is why that part of the thing is the shortest segment.
Made for a great part.
Made for a very fun part of it because it and also
that's very real.
Ian's talking to me backstage, being like, "They're dumb," and then someone laughs and he's like, "Listen to that." He's like making fun of them. He's just trashing this audience.
Why is the Fat Black Bar always kind of dumb?
It is. I don't know what it is.
I
But
love
when
the
the room
lounge.
is good,
I just love it.
it feels so good because
Yeah.
you're like, I have climbed this insurmountable hill, but
Yeah.
man, oh man, does it suck.
Well,
most of
that's
the
why,
time.
like, during that, I ended up, like, the segment I used from that was just, like, a crowd work part, and I end up getting an applause break of that, which, again, is fine, but, like, judging it on the
I remember
curve of
you
how that
ended-
audience...
Dude, the first half obviously was like,
Brutal.
but I remember you got them, and I was like, "Fucking thank
Yeah,
God!"
I got
and
them.
then it was like,
I
bop,
got
bop,
them
bop.
and pulled it out, and then ended with an applause break on like a crowd work thing where I was like, it was like a buzzer beater. Like I was literally, I'm
great.
on stage being like, all right, so I can do 3 rooms of the Comedy Cellar in
Yeah,
one
yeah,
night.
yeah.
We'll just cut this whole chunk out. But I left that part.
I was
in
back
'cause-
there like I was like, oh, like I was so happy. I was
Yeah.
like, oh.
Really.
I do like that the bar exists because Esty she books really good people on it. She like makes sure that the lineups are equivalent.
Sure.
So it is fun to be like, okay, here's Gillis going up at the bar.
Right.
And he has to do the same fucking struggle.
A
You know-
knife fight.
You know what it is? It's if you go to the cellar, you go to the main room. And then if you can't, you go to the VU. And then if you can't, you go to the lounge. And then if you're really a scraggler,
Not,
Well, the
not
bar's just-
true.
the
I think people obviously the main room and then the underground is like those I feel are equal. And then like you're right, it's either the lounge and then the bars.
so
That was-
exactly what I said.
That
No,
was
you
such a
said
funny.
first choice is the main room, and I said main room and VU are
Yeah, that's what
equal.
I said.
You didn't say equal.
I said you want to go to the main room because it's the iconic one, and then the VU is great, and then you go to the
The lounge, but the
Lounge.
bar is the newest, so I feel like they're still kind of figuring out. They just added that curtain not too long ago, so it's like I feel like they're
Well,
still
yeah, there's,
figuring
like,
out
so
the
much
kinks of it.
noise.
You know, the curtain
God,
helps.
they have
It's
the
like
curtain.
they don't see people at the actual bar anymore, so I think they're like still figuring it
Yeah.
out. It's gonna get better, just like the lounge when it used to be all couches and everybody was like
Oh,
sleepy.
yeah, that's right.
But it got now the lounge is great.
Oh my God, I
Be-
forgot about
'cause
that. Do
they-
you remember that?
That's the
love
good
that.
thing about the sellers. They keep adapting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They keep trying to. So anyway, but that's
I
so
figured out how to make the bar better.
okay.
Tell us.
I was at a theater. I opened for Caitlin Cook. She has a one-woman show. It was very good. And there was this door and I was like, oh shit, I think she's just being silent on stage. And I opened it and I was like, oh no, there's a whole thing. And it was soundproofed. And the way they soundproofed it was with insulation that was packed, making it probably a higher R value. You don't know what that means, but a higher R value.
I know what a fucking
Okay,
R value
and then
is.
I don't.
And
Okay, do you
that's
want me to tell you?
and that's what we should do that's what we should do. We need to pack it with insulation.
With high
Sure.
R value.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I hope that
Because
fixes
think
it.
about it. If you were in that room and it was silent and
Just
you weren't
explain
hearing
what R value is. You really want to say it so badly. Go ahead.
I don't want to give her the satisfaction.
Oh.
Also, what they need to do, and you're right, is add more R value underneath the floor because sometimes you hear the band
It is-
downstairs.
yeah, you do
and
hear
you're
the
like, what
band.
the fuck
can't
is
add
happening?
But
R
again,
value.
that's kind of all the part of it. It's like I do feel like it makes you work four
R
different
value
muscle
is the
groups.
amount of insulation in the insulation. Higher the R value, the thicker it is for soundproofing.
Right, but you can't add insulation into the floorboards, really. You
Uh,
could
well,
blow it
you-
in.
Yeah, which is adding insulation.
So sure. But I
Insulation
do
doesn't really
feel
have
like
value.
there is a.
You're right.
I do
Thank
feel
you.
like it is an interesting. It was interesting to showcase that because it's like I feel like again, and you know how brutal it is watching your own sets back or anything like that. So editing it myself, it was such a brutal undertaking. But I will say this: I've watched it since it's been finished. And at the end of it, I don't want to take my own life. So
That's
I feel like that's a
crazy.
pretty ringing
That's
endorsement. Yeah,
crazy.
because I think because it's 20 minutes, it's not an hour or something like that. Where like it moves.
I watched
it moves
1
very
second
fast.
of the half hour and I'm like, oh, you
Well-
suck,
well,
you
there's-
fat whore.
there's the part-
fat pig whore.
There's definitely parts of it where I'm
Jesus
like,
Christ,
I mean, you can
Jordan.
see how tired I have a 10-week-old kid. I'm on no sleep. I have like purple bags under my eyes. Like I'm very tired.
They're green.
But I hope to
The one day I
God.
don't put makeup on, Ian's like, do you have green and black under your eyes? I'm like, yeah, it's my blood and veins.
That's so funny to just be like, ew, gross. What is that?
Yes, every day.
And the bites are so prominent.
You're pretty, Froggy.
It's
he goes, you look hot, but like in a gross
sick.
way.
In like a chemo way.
Yeah.
No, it makes you
Um,
want to take care of you.
Yeah. I just
Hospice style.
okay.
I like sometimes when I watch horror movies, I don't watch the movie. I just look at the person next to me, and that's what I'm doing with Feeney. Is I'm watching Ian by just looking at. He's like,
Ah. Uh-oh. Yeah.
For whom
I
the
wish-
bell tolls.
Yeah, I wish I checked the exits before
Yeah.
I sat down here.
there are
Doors are
none.
locked from the outside.
Perfect.
Ethan isn't even real.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to watch it. I think it's 20 minutes rips, and I also think it's going to be. I think it's cool. Somebody has done it where it's like they show. I think Schultz did it.
Schultz
where-
did
but it was the
multiple
same
different
set, I
rooms in the city, different comedy clubs. Akash has done like some different comedy club stuff, and he's also done a 20-minute thing. Stavros has done a 20-minute thing. I just feel like that just feels to me like a good way to. It's like this, TikTokification.
But you're the first one to do the cellar. room.
all 4 rooms. First one to do all 4 rooms of the cellar.
What's it
and
called?
Mike Feeney, A Night at the Comedy Cellar.
Ooh.
Simple, classy,
Simple, classy.
And
And,
I feel like
I feel like
Stop.
in terms of editing it, I feel like the only people I know that have ever like directed and edited their own specials are Louis and Bo Burnham.
Beanie.
Yeah, the 3 amigos. Burnham, Feeney, CK.
He did. Oh, Bo does.
Bo did it. We did it with Inside,
Yeah, I really like him. People hate him.
People hate him because he's not traditional stand-up, but Inside was like one of the best things I've seen in
Can
years.
I tell you, there's a clip of him on.
I didn't care for the crying, but
What was that show? Inside? No, it
forgot
was
about
like
the
the
crowd.
Green Room with
He-
Paul Provenzo. Do you remember that show?
Yeah.
And Bo Burnham was on.
yeah.
And I forget who was on with him, but they're like, "Can you just? You were so funny. Can you please perform for us?" And he did something on the piano, and every comic there was just like, adoring him, and it was really cool to see.
Yeah,
I forget
he's-
who was on it, but it
He
was.
still
it
hasn't
was really
performed
great.
live ever since that like Make Happy or whatever that special is, where he talks about like he ends that special talking about how he has like such severe social anxiety and he like can't like perform live
Oh,
anymore.
you're talking about which one?
Make Happy maybe
no, but
or
the
something
one,
like
the
that.
crying one.
No, the crying one he cried on Inside when
And
he's like
Inside-
frustrated. That's the one he did during the pandemic.
Oh,
That he
what?
shot it all himself and edited it and all that stuff.
Make Happy was after Inside.
No, it was before.
Oh yes.
Before.
Yeah, but he didn't perform live. He didn't perform live in Inside. It was all pandemic. stuff.
What?
Wow.
What was I gonna say?
Nothing's worse than when you're like, I'm coming in. For what reason?
And it's
yeah.
Wait, Make Happy is the one where he does dark light, book on his head.
I don't know.
Okay, yes.
That's the one with the Chipotle song in the end and stuff like that about the burritos.
Which is the
and-
one where he's like, "I am an artist. I am an artist."
I think that might be
All of them.
Yeah, that's
I like
actually
that
all
one.
of them. Yeah.
and then
Oh, his movie 8-Year Grade 8.
so do you mean he hasn't performed? Oh, Inside wasn't a live performance. He
Right.
did it all inside.
Mhm.
Is he scared?
Yeah, he's a little
What?
bit scared.
Really?
Yeah.
That's bad. He's a very brave man. If you hear him on interviews, he sounds very brave, and this is
We
what artists have to do.
Should get him on the podcast and open him
Oh.
up.
Okay.
He's very tall.
So are you.
Yeah, I'd like to think I'm the perfect tall. That's what everyone says anyway.
The perfect tall is 6.
6'2".
5'8".
Oh my God! I was gonna say 6'2", but I thought you were 6'3", so I was gonna
5'8".
say
No,
It's
no,
5'8".
5'8" sucks.
6'2"
6'2"
Everyone
rules.
is
5'8".
not a person likes 5'8".
Your chest on the head. Guy.
Yeah.
Everyone loves 5'8".
Yeah, he's taller than 6'2", you're a freak.
People are
but
saying
below
they
it.
love 5'8".
Yeah, people are saying.
A lot of people love
tiny
5'8".
hands,
6'2", too tall, intimidating.
It's perfect tall. Same. I don't have to shop for anything specific, but I got I can.
no.
at concerts, I can
6'2",
look
you all
above
look-
everybody.
you all look
I go to
full of
Japan, I'm a
yourselves.
giant.
5'2" is good, humble, nice guy.
Yeah, but
Everyone
a good humble nice guy as he checks his phone. Good humble nice guy. I would.
Cares about others.
I would love if people did watch it though, because that would be pretty
Well,
cool.
yeah, no
if they
shit.
watched it and shared it and told people about it. That'd be great.
Watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I can't wait for it. When
Watch
does
it.
it drop? What's the date?
October 27th. So I think it's
October
out now.
27th.
It's probably out now.
YouTube.com/Mike
I
Feeney
assume.
comedy.
Next
How do you
Friday.
spell Feeney?
It'll come out. It'll
Feeney.
30. Yes, that's correct.
I wanted them to know.
Yes, I appreciate everybody who does and who leaves a nice comment and whatever. And Jared Fried told me this, which I think is such a good equivalent, because we were talking about how like we give out things for free now, but like they are paying us with their time to watch stuff. And he was like, and I think it's such a great scale. He said, if you go onto this special and you like it, that's like tipping us like $1, right? If you leave a comment, that's like $5. If you share it with a friend, that's like $50. But if you share it in like a group chat, that's like $100 because
like-
you're spreading it around
Wow.
to so
Yeah.
much people.
And Feeney exclusive right here. He told me before the pod, if you do that, he will match every one of those made up dollars for the thing you
Yeah,
just
I will
did.
match it. I will give it to Hamas.
A charity.
I don't know. Yeah. Why would you ever do that face and get serious like
He's
that?
really. Don't get him started about the whole Hamas thing.
You don't want to get me started.
Buddy, I don't even order
crazy.
hummus anymore. I won't even get close
He
to
won't
saying
even
that
touch
word.
it. I saw him the
I
other
won't
day.
even
They said,
say
"Do you
no
want
more
hummus
in
at the cellar?"
Spanish.
And he was like, no.
Yeah.
Adele has a joke where he goes, he calls hummus terrorist peanut butter.
Come on, that's so good. I hate him for being so good. When he
Son
says
of
he
a
looks
bitch.
like a Syrian guy who owns a GameStop.
He
Come
calls-
on.
he
GameStop in
calls-
Syria?
He calls oh fuck, hold on, wait.
What's
Terrorist
going
peanut
on
Quick,
butter.
do
with
his
you?
act.
You
I
need
don't
to
know,
eat
I don't
more.
Do his act as
I
good
don't
as him
know.
too.
Hold on, I'm losing steam. Hold on. What's he call? Oh, he calls the Farmer's Almanac the Amish Quran.
How does he even say that? The Farmer's Almanac?
You know,
AKA.
the Amish
Yeah,
Quran.
Yeah. Ah, there you go. Thank
That's
you.
how he
Thank
would
you
do
so
it.
much.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
I've never seen it, and I know that's
Yeah,
what it is.
Yeah. You know. And then he goes, ha.
Yeah.
You know what he
Then
does
he gets
that?
off stage. He's like, I hate myself.
Yeah.
You're like, that was the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it all sucks. I'm like, God damn it.
I love
B.
him so much.
Dude, I had a girl over the other night, and he
Which
called.
girl?
I told you.
Okay.
And he called, and she could hear him on the phone, and she's very pro Palestine, and we were making jokes, and he made like a joke about Hamas, and she goes, "Are you pro-Israel?" And I go, "I'm both sides." And
I'm bisexual. I'm bisexual. Everyone knows that about me.
And then I was like, "All right, well," and he goes, "Well, what about you? Are you getting any pussy lately?" And she could hear it.
She left.
And I'm like, jokes.
Yeah.
Father and son jokes.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Well, I'm gonna go." And I was like,
And she
"Yeah."
left?
It wasn't because of that. It was like 4 a.m.
Okay. 4 a.m. You're just up talking at 4 a.m.?
Hanging out, watching movies.
Living in the friend zone.
Yeah, that is.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Taking
think after 4 a.m. The window is closed.
Yeah, just
What?
surveying the land of the
Yep.
friend zone.
Calling boys we had crushes
Writing
on.
down.
Yeah.
Hanging
Give
up
it-
when they pick up.
Giving advice.
Yep.
Nothing's worse than when you go up to you're talking to a girl, you're like, I think this is gonna be the one, and then all of a sudden they're like, can you help me with Ron? I feel like he's just not getting the signals
We
that
call that
Yes.
platonic patty cake.
Oh.
I call that getting cucked.
No, that's not getting cucked, you dumb
Man
bitch.
who gets cucked.
Go eat yourself, Scratchy.
I would scratch myself because I'm itchy.
I feel like I'm getting itchy now.
Me too, my foot itches.
My hand is starting to get a little red.
Yes.
Yeah. I swear to
Yes.
God, if I go bring
You
bed bugs
don't
to
have
my
bed
family
Listen, I have bed bug traps everywhere. I sleep with duct tape around me in a circle.
in a circle, I'm terrified to see how you live.
You sleep like someone's trying to have a seance.
You know what's crazy?
And then what are they doing in the seance? I'm not the one who's so far away when I feel the snake bite into my vein.
Never did I want.
For you, it would be the bed bug bite enter my
There
veins.
used to be open mics at Bunga's Den.
Oh,
Wow.
Don't
Bunga's
ever say
Den.
that.
Remember that?
that
was
hurt
a
my
real-
feelings.
The
Wow.
Revision Lounge. and
Oh,
Bungas.
Revision Lounge was fun. Bungas is not so good.
I liked Bunga.
I
Remember
like Pine
Uba
Box.
Lounge?
I
Do you
would
remember
shit my
that?
pants.
No, what was Auto Shrunken Head?
Yeah, that's the bad one I'm thinking of.
Pine
Yeah.
Box Rock Shop.
Auto Shrunken Head was rough. Pine
Where I
Box is
first-
where I would
first met
clean
Jordan,
out my
Pine Box
colon
Rock
every
Shop.
week.
Clean out your colon?
I would get so scared that I'd be so tense all week and not shit, and then
Yeah.
I'd get there and I'd get so nervous that I would
The
shit
first
my
time I
brains
saw
out, and then
Jordan, I
just-
thought she was so funny because she was shitting on Albert Kirshner. I was like, this chick rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not easy on the eyes, but
punching
she's
down,
funny.
you know me.
Easy on the
Bed
eyes.
bugs, go to him.
Yeah, you're like, whoa! His arm just blacks out. Like birds to the sun.
Assemble! Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They just crawl out of you.
It's like Venom where you're like, "Ah!" Like fighting.
I'm the guy from Men in Black. You smack one, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't hurt him.
Don't do it. God, a piece of my hair went on my forehead. I thought it was a bug.
I don't have bed bugs.
Oh
Ooh.
man, what a narrative
What?
to spread. But she's got bed bugs.
I
What,
already
what the
had them.
fuck was that, dude? What
I
the
thought
fuck?
you were reflecting on the podcast and you were calling it a narrative.
I thought so.
If you both don't stop checking your phones,
I'm
it's
not checking
very-
my phone. She is.
Did you
'cause
order
she's
food?
rude
You
and
ever
not
do
5'8"?
You ever do South by Southwest?
I got booked for South by Southwest, and then it was canceled 2 weeks before because of the pandemic.
Why did you have to?
What did you say?
Because I guessed it.
What did you say?
COVID.
COVID. Oh yeah.
I
yeah.
want lava lamps on stage when I do my special.
Lava
dibs.
lamps are dope. I mean, it's gonna be
so
an
cool.
I want
absolute
beanbag chairs.
continuity nightmare for you. But
Yeah, really. Idiot.
It's a really good point.
they're one big blob, then they're a little bunch of little blobs. I used to have one of those. I used to sleep with those in my room, and just like just
make a
the
blob
most
joke.
fire hazards that you could ever
Really?
have. Yeah.
Why?
Well, look how amazing.
Why?
they
It's
are.
just a burning hot bulb in a hot
Dude,
tin.
it's the coolest. When do you think it's going to separate?
I'm thinking it's gonna do it in three,
Shh, shh, shh.
2.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, he's coming down.
Oh, I was like, that-
that ball's going to go. Ready?
Oh yeah, get off of there.
Oh, that's so cool.
Mine was blue.
Don't you want to touch it?
Really?
Yeah, it was all blue. The water was
Oh,
blue.
look at
Everything
that
was
guy
blue. It was
coming
very
up.
cool.
He's going, hey, what's up? What
I think I
doing?"
brought mine to college. Like I was like really into lava lamps.
Did you have a black light with like a Doors poster?
No, I took my mom's Guns N' Roses like banner. Like it was like a flag, like
Your
flag
mom
material.
had a Guns
like
N'
the-
Roses
Yeah,
banner?
dude. My mom
Is
is
your
like
mom hot?
People say that. Yeah. Yeah. She's
Picture?
like a biker. I don't have.
No, your mom was a biker?
Did she
Yeah,
get you
in Florida.
eyelashes?
So
Florida
cool.
biker. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Are you from Florida?
No, but they all live down
Where are you
there
from?
now. Long
Long
Island.
Island.
Yeah.
But she has two motorcycles
Long
now.
Island in
so-
Florida, there's a tube that goes underneath.
You have to. You can't literally
Sub-basement.
once you turn like 45, it's like you just wake up and you're in Florida. And there's something about Florida though. People shit on it. There is something so fun when I used to go down there in between like college, like the summers. I worked
Florida's
at a surf
great.
shop, dude. With
Mm.
it just. Am I wrong? It feels like rules don't apply
Yeah.
in
It
Florida.
Doesn't, and that's
It's
why it's
crazy.
great.
Dude, I get off the plane, and within like 4 minutes of getting off the plane, I'm doing 85 on the highway
Yeah.
with like a PBR in my
And
hand,
and
being
an
like,
iguana,
Florida, you
like,
crazy
holding
son of
onto
a
your
bitch.
car.
Yeah.
And some guy
lizards
missing an
are
eye called
crazy.
Snake. You're like,
Yeah.
this is the best.
just-
Everything is like sun
and you blow
like
your friend in a
everything
hotel
hanging.
room on an 8th grade trip.
Oh, that's a different story. Not one that most of us have.
Just
Florida's the only place I've ever looked at my T-shirt and been like, I got to get these sleeves off, you know, like that. That's the wardrobe
Come to
of
my
Florida.
side. This is every day. You can live every day like you live in Florida when you're finance.
You can't. I had like one of those types of shirts. They don't work on my arms. You know what I mean? Like
You know why?
Ryan
'Cause
Long
you're
does
too
that
tall,
a lot.
dickhead.
Yeah, if
5'8".
I was short and had like a barrel-chested, stocky body like
Yeah.
that, but I'm like, when you're in shape
You're
and
a
you're
big
like skin,
tub of fur.
when you're like,
What do you mean
yeah,
barrel-chested, stocky body?
You know, like a
do I
squat man.
is there? Do I have to? Yeah, stout, like a
No,
little
no,
teapot.
these are not. These are getting worse in
Yeah.
descriptions.
like
Not a teapot.
Yeah, like Crumb from Ariel Monsters.
you do look like Crumb.
Thank you
Dude,
so much.
can you hold your eyeballs over you for a second? Can we get to here? Just one of these, maybe? Like, if there was
wait, I
another
got
one of these, it would be perfect. Yeah,
There you go.
hold those over your things like Crumb, because you actually have the armpits for it too, man.
Oh,
You're Crumb.
You're Crumb. Dude,
Crumb cool.
That's what we're being for Halloween.
You've
You're
never
being
seen
Crumb.
Crumb?
We got to get the
You
costumes
could be
like
Oblina.
now.
Okay, I'll get it.
Because we're doing
I
the
could be
Halloween
what?
episode
Oblina.
tomorrow. There's
This
no
one?
way it can
The
happen.
one that looks like a candy cane, a black and white candy cane.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, you've never seen Ariel Monsters?
I've seen it, but I'm acting like I haven't because it's an insult.
I
What's
always,
the little guy with these
Ickis.
ears? I want to be Ickis.
yeah, because he gets mad.
You're,
he
earthworm,
gets
you're
really big.
Earthworm Jim.
Who's that?
Phew, you don't want to know.
That's a very bad insult. Yeah, it's
No, the scary guy in the wheelchair?
no, he's not in the show. That's a different. You're thinking of.
Don't say it.
I forgot
It
his name,
scares me.
so it doesn't worry.
What's
yeah,
that guy?
I don't know. I don't remember. but-
Rubber Johnny.
You got eyes like
Rubber
hey, Arnold.
Johnny.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't think that's.
Who are you thinking?
I'm talking about Earthworm Jim, which
Do
is
you
what
know
he's
who
talking
Rubber
about.
Johnny is?
No.
Ooh,
Really?
You
You
like
don't
Toe
remember the
Jam?
guy in
You
the
like
chair?
you
when
like
we
Toe
grew
Toe
up?
Jam and Earl.
Toe Jam and Earl.
Who's that?
Oh, you don't want to know.
You should
50
Google Rubber Johnny.
Now?
Yeah, scary.
Why
Okay, I'll see you guys.
does
I'll just go on
my
my phone.
scalp itch.
Let me see.
Don't touch.
I see them coming out of her sleeve onto you. They're marching.
Yes. My minions.
Yeah.
I have a joke
she was
about
in a band,
bugs on
she'd
my
be-
body.
Bugs
Should be bed bugs
No
marching.
way. That was an hour?
Dave Matthews.
Thank
That
you.
was
Thank
fast. Do you feel like that was an hour?
you. No,
was
it
great.
felt there is
15.
no time here.
I know it's nice,
It's a
right?
flat circle. I do.
Thank you, Russ Cole.
So I saw a picture of you and your lady when you first got together, and I sent it to Ian. I was like, "Aish, they've been together since they were in 6th grade." And then I saw you, and you were like, "Yeah, we got together when I was."
We met in college.
Yeah,
yeah.
The
I
picture
just-
of you look
With the long hair?
so,
So
young.
young.
With
It's
long hair? Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
So young.
I didn't have I went all between freshman and sophomore year. I went that whole summer off as a bet to my roommates without shaving, and I had this much facial hair when I came back. I didn't start growing facial hair
You
until I was
got
like
that much?
26. Yeah, but I truly had it was like the biggest joke when I had a fake ID because every bouncer was like, "Yeah, fucking right,
Yeah.
dude." Which hopefully helps me when I'm 45, you know, because I'll
Oh,
have
you'll
a
be
younger
great.
face. But
Yeah.
it was, I had a very baby face, and I just didn't I just grew my hair out for a year, and it just was like a fucking mess.
There is a comedian who dated their partner since they were like children.
Canon, next door
Yes,
neighbor,
Cannon. Okay,
next
okay,
door
okay.
neighbor. That's why we bonded
Wow.
initially because most comedians are like
You gotta get
scumbags and like
pussy.
serial, yeah,
Yeah.
serial like fucking just bad. It's like it also kind of is a good thing both to like not have something to worry about in comedy, whether it's like just the distraction of like needing to meet people and being on social media and like having already that part of my life figured out, and then also the thing of like the amount of open micers who hook up in year 1 and then 12 years later they're like, that was
Rape?
actually rape.
Yeah.
And you're like, uh-oh. You know what I mean? Like that's and from the other and the person's out of comedy and you're like, oh, so now they're fucked at their
Now they're
regular
just
job.
That's just their job now. is
Yeah,
to ruin my
yeah.
life.
It's tough, man.
Is your wife your best friend?
She's definitely probably for sure. I mean, she has to be, right? We actually started out as friends, which is we went we went from friends.
You failed the test.
Yeah.
She is a
Person of
Yes.
interest in my life.
Breathing.
I
currently.
sometimes confide in her.
Top 3.
Top 3 is good. Top 3 is great.
It's great.
Your best friend is Cannon.
I don't know. Maybe.
Sagalo.
I don't want him to get an inflated ego about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But SAG.
I also have
Cannon.
my friends from back home too. There's like, which I've already said that I was telling Cannon a story one day. I was like, I was talking to one of my best friends, and he's like, what?
I know I always do that with you.
Yeah.
And he does that with me. I have friends from back home. They're better people.
Yeah, I don't know that mine are better people, but
I
they
ditched
are.
one for you the other day. One of them talked shit about Ian, and I said, "You're dead to me."
Wow, dude. How about this? You ever get those people? You get your friends from back home who send you like a message or like that, or and they'll be like, "Have you ever heard of like whatever, like Matt Rife?" Or they send you a comic or like someone that you know. And they're like, "Oh my God, you know Chris DiStefano," or whoever it is. Or you're like, it's so funny that they're like, "I can't even imagine you meeting him." And you're like, "I've known him from the beginning."
It's very when they send you a clip of somebody that just is your friend.
Sagalo has the best because his group chat from Long Island sent him a thing. They were like, "Tim Dillon's playing the Paramount. We're all getting tickets. Who's coming with?" And like had Sagalo in the thing, and he was like, "Don't put me in this chat. Get me out of here."
Yeah, that's
you
so
know,
fucked up.
they're like, "Sags, you'll come, right?" And he's like, "I'm not coming to the show."
Buying a ticket to go sit and watch.
And then he went to Long Island. They were like, "We're busy."
My
I didn't even tell you the date.
thing is like friends will send me things they think are funny.
Oh,
like,
it's tough.
My buddy sent me this thing from like Bro Bible, and he's like, "This is hilarious."
Legitimately itchy.
And me too. And I was like,
infuriating.
So I didn't crack a smile
Call
once.
me Poison Ivy.
And then comedy has ruined my brain so much that what I sent him back that I thought was funny was a video of a burn victim.
Doing what?
Just talking about how she got burned. She was like, "I guys do a Molotov cocktail in my living room." And I was just laughing so hard, picturing him being like, "I wonder what he thinks is funny." And it's just a fucking woman burned alive.
I don't.
Molotov cocktail?
A part of
What are you in fucking Call of Duty? And then a UAV was above.
Dude, I don't.
Just him in bed with his wife and family. Like, oh, this is a funny thing. What's he in?
Look at what his thumbs are doing.
I'm like truly.
I got a Molotov cocktail.
Stop doing the impression.
And it's on a site that
Dude,
they just
you-
show videos of freaks. They don't even do anything to help
Freaks?
them.
I mean this as
and
a
the girl's
compliment.
interviewed
Cut
and
his
she's
mic.
like, "Am
Cut
I going
his
to go
mic.
viral?" And it's like, "Yeah, those wounds are."
Viral infection. I mean this in the best way possible. You will die alone. There is absolutely no way that your last hours will be alone.
Yeah.
It has to
There'll
be.
be a cat. There will
There'll
be a cat. There
Yeah.
will be.
And a bitey girl.
Yeah,
Because I'll be the one covering your mouth going, "Quiet now, boy. Go with God."
yeah.
My last words are you coming with me?
I'm right behind you, buddy.
Yeah. Just gonna go out for a smoke real quick.
Oh,
Fuck
all
off.
right, this is great. This
Thanks
is
for having me.
awesome.
This has been fun.
Yeah,
I'd love
thank
to
you for
come.
coming. Plug it up. What you got,
Plug it up.
Fiends?
And I am Mike Feeney on social media, but forget all that. Come and watch my special on YouTube. Come on. Watch my special, please, on my YouTube channel. This is everything. So if you guys don't watch it, yeah, this is it. I would really love it. I think you'll enjoy it. And again, if not, then it's only me to blame because I did all of it.
Are we going to have a watch party?
No, I would never. I would rather
I had
die
I
than
had
do
to
that.
hang in the park so that nobody could watch it because the glare would hit the phones.
What do you mean?
So that nobody could pull out my
We
special
should
and
go
watch
to
it.
the park and play Can Jam.
Okay, let's go right now.
What?
When?
It's dark out.
When you
A
release your thing.
daytime.
Oh, I would do anything but sit.
When are you releasing?
next Friday.
What is it again? Just kidding.
I'm on the road.
Mike Feeney, Night at the Comedy Cellar. Please
Can't
go
make
watch it on my YouTube channel.
October 27th.
October. It's already out now. If this comes, it's already out now. It's out now. Just go watch it right
Halloween!
now. Go
Yes.
watch it. Please go watch it. Tell
Happy
everyone.
Halloween.
Leave a nice comment. I hope you enjoy the jokes. Ian's in it. Watch it for Ian. Even even if you don't.
Watch
whatever.
me berate a crowd of
Yeah,
morons.
it's very fun. It's,
Yeah,
I
and then
think
you
it's
can
good.
finally understand what we're talking about when we're saying like, what room were you in? Oh, I was in the lounge. Watch, because then you can get
Yeah.
it. And Feeney's so fucking funny.
I appreciate
Funny
that. Thank you
Feeney,
very
we
much.
call him every day.
I would like if-
hey, there's
He's got
funny
great
Feeney.
jokes.
I would like
So
if
you'll get
Ian
to
threw
see-
in a compliment or he ascended that, but he's not going to do that. So
What'd you do?
I
Said
said-
there's funny Feeney.
you said the funny, and then he didn't say anything. I was like, I would love if Ian added to that compliment.
I
And
said we
co-signed-
call you funny Feeney
No,
every
I
day.
said that.
She said
Yeah,
that.
I said it louder.
All right.
I like it. I like
November
that your jokes are going to be so tight. You are such a tight joke writer, but it'll be loose around the thing. So that juxtaposition, like if you showed me or Ian being around the thing, you'd watch it and it'd just be like, did somebody knock this place Molotov cocktail? But with you, it'll be tight and then go.
Yeah, be
and
me up
tight.
there trying to get strangers to laugh at a burn victim. Look at her.
The ones you mean the ones that you threatened to make burn victims
She
in the
can't
bar
stop
right
showing
before
off
I
her
went on
teeth.
stage?
She's got no lips. IanFinance.com. November 3rd, I'm at Amityville Music Hall in Long Island.
Dude,
you're
I
gonna want to come out.
fucking would love if Amityville Music Hall was filled with burn victims and you just walked out on stage and every burn victim in Long Island showed up.
Good.
They all look like it.
Just fucking buy tickets. I don't give a shit what you look like.
I'm in Burlington, Vermont, Rochester, Syracuse, and Albany, all in December. November. Oh, I'm coming to LA. I don't know when this comes out, but I think it's in like 2 days. I'm headlining at the Improv. Go get tickets for that if it's not already sold out, which it might be, bitch. And Utah in November too. Wise guys.
And also, I'm not done. Sacramento, Philly, San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, San Diego, IanFinance.com. We're doing a live Bein Ian podcast in Tampa, January. Yeah.
Nice.
IanFinance.com for tickets.
That's gonna be cool.
Oh, and I don't know if it's on sale yet, but tickets for my special taping, December 3rd, The Cutting Room, 2 shows.
That's gonna be great, man.
IanFinance.com. My belt buckle keeps coming undone.
Tighten the hole.
I've been telling her that for years, brother.
Fill it with
Use
honey.
some honey.
Bye.